Happy Monday. So I want to disclose kind of what's happening in life right now, but I cannot, seeing as it's a legal issue. But it's been a really interesting last few days. Everything is good. Like, I am not stressed or everything is fine. But I was talking to my dad today, and there's so many things in life and situations that come about when you could say something, and you have a right to be bitter and upset and frustrated, and it's choosing not to in those times when you feel like you are justified in feeling those things. And it's a really hard thing to choose, and I am probably the worst at it. Usually if I'm feeling some type of way, it comes out. And I am really trying to work on letting peace be my answer and not how I'm feeling, and letting that come out. And the situation that I'm walking through right now definitely has been one of the more challenging things. I hate feeling attacked, and I hate feeling like people are up against me. It makes me really angry. And back when I was in like middle school and high school, I got bullied, and I'm talking like bullied really bad. And it's every day I'm letting it go, and I'm becoming less bitter about it, because the spot that I'm at right now, there's blessings. And every day was a fight, and I got beat up a ton and whatever, and people would like verbally attack me and physically attack me. And some reason, like, verbal attacks are, I don't want to say more painful, but they flippin' hurt, man. And when people come at me or are trying to be shady towards me, I get really upset. And it hurts. And I am definitely a words of affirmation, and that doesn't really apply with people that I don't know. And I understand, like, there's people out there who are just gonna be mean, and it really doesn't matter. They don't really give a flip what your like love languages are or whatever. But the situation I'm dealing with right now, there's so many things that I could say, and I was definitely angry about the situation. But the bottom line is, like, at night when I was praying about it and just like crying and being really mad to God, not like at God, but just really mad and venting to God and just praying, and I'm like, oh, I don't understand. It seems to have been like one thing after another, with just health complications and finances, and now this situation. I'm like, oh my gosh. But God has been like nicely just telling me to like shut up, and it's a lesson I'm learning in multiple ways. Just being quiet. You don't always need to say something. You don't. I speak from emotion sometimes. I'm gonna admit it. And I feel really bad when I do. And I know I'm not alone. I know that there's a lot of people, when they're frustrated, they're gonna let you know they're frustrated. And anyway, back to what I was saying. I just went on a rant. My dad sent me this message today, or this verse. And And I actually thought it was funny because I underlined it not too long ago. I think like a year and a half ago. But it's from James 3, and it's verse 17. The whole chapter's really good. But verse 17 says, "But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace reap a harvest of righteousness." And I thought that verse was so perfect for what I'm walking through right now. Especially, I love that last part. Peacemakers who sow in peace reap a harvest of righteousness. And that whole verse, 2 verses, are really good. Something that you learn a lot in relationships with people, significant others, family, is you don't always need to say something. And like I said, I'm really bad at that. My dad and my mom always told me, like, I don't need to have the last word. And I don't know why that's been such a struggle for me. I have something to prove. And in this situation, I was like, what is more important? Me having the last word and sticking it to the man, or is it my character and who I am as a person, and what am I trying to represent, and who am I representing? And that's first and foremost Jesus. And you know, like, when my dad sent me that verse, it was also really humbling because I was getting really hot-tempered and frustrated, and I don't like being that way. And, you know, I want to be the person that, you know, backs down before things escalate. I want to be peace-loving and considerate and full of mercy, and, you know, I don't want negativity, like, to be the essence of who I am. And that's kind of just my little video for today, is just, you don't have to be the person with the last word, and you don't always have to stick it to the man. Let God be your warrior. Let God fight for you. You just represent him, and you make sure that whatever you're saying and whatever you're doing is out of love and not anger, because anger can be really devastating, and you might not see the immediate repercussions of that, but you will see repercussions. There's a quote I heard: "You can choose your actions, but you can't choose your consequences." I think that's how it went. And I don't remember who said that, but I think that's a really good thing. You can choose your actions, but you cannot choose the outcome, something like that. Anyway, I don't know. But everything works out, and yeah. So I hope everyone has a good night, and we'll see you all on Tuesday.